Good morning, everybody. I can see you guys, but I can't hear you yet. Someone talk to me.
Hi.
Hello.
There we go. Oh my goodness. How are you all today?
Just lovely.
Love it. Let me see if
I slept until 6 o'clock today.
Oh my goodness.
gosh. Okay, there we go. That's better. I just got in the shower 17 minutes ago. So
Me too.
we got into Savannah last night. I don't think we got to bed till around 1:30, and the hotel that we're in, which is the La Quinta, is playing some god-awful thumping music 24/7 in the lobby, of which we were right next to. I'm like, oh. So I slept on our rock bed and we rocked out all night long. And not in a great way, you know what I mean? In a, oh my God, please turn that crap down, I'm old way.
My bed, my kids describe it as prison bed hard.
Well, you can give them a blanket and a pillow and put them on the floor and see which one's better.
Right, well, it's my bed, and I like it. And they got in my bed. And they said, "This is prison hard bed."
Oh
Like,
my
you can get out of my bed.
Okay, you all are cracking me up. Good morning, Mo. How the heck are you?
Good morning. I'm doing good. Me and Laura just got off a script and role play call. She's like, "You gotta join us." I was like, "Okay, let's do it, girl." I'm happy to be here with everybody.
Welcome.
Good morning.
All right, well, let's dig in then. So who's got good news other than Brianna's prison hard bed? Let's talk real good news.
Well, my good news is Maduba and I are trying to stay consistent, and we met for cold calling this morning.
Ah, very cool. Congratulations.
Yes.
Nice. And so, well, yeah, when we get into it later, I'd love to know who you're scripting to practice cold calling. So cool beans. Let's hear some more good news first, though.
I'm going to be meeting Sarah Black out in, oh Lord, I don't even know where we are, out in the middle of the country. And we're going to look everything over for this property we're getting ready to list.
Congratulations. And when you have that listed, how many listings will you have in your inventory?
2.
How many have you ever had at one time?
1.
Yay.
So I don't know if it counts 50% or 100% increase,
Doubled.
but you know,
It's doubled. It's 100%. 50% would mean you have 1.5 listings, and I don't know how you do that. So we're gonna go with doubled.
all right.
It works. All right. Who else has got some good news? Oh, come on, y'all. You have it. I know. PF, you have good news. Cough it up. Yes, you do. This is why we start on such a positive note.
Yeah.
And it's Mo's first time. You cannot have Mo come on and you not have good news. It does not work that way.
I baked a rum cake for my coworkers. How's that? I'll add some more and somebody will get thinking.
Look at you go. You normally have to think into your good news comes at the end. So cool beans. What you got, PF?
All right. So Laura and Mo are here today. So that's great news.
That is good news.
I love that. I got some good news, Gina.
Let's hear it.
I got some first-time home buyers under contract over the weekend, and one of my clients was very analytical. You know, he was a spreadsheet, Excel sheet, a million questions. And so I was a little concerned over analysis paralysis, but then I just started speaking in language. So I started making spreadsheets, Excel spreadsheets. I had a property evaluator for them so that they could, you know, with their non-negotiables, and we checked off each one before we started going on showings. And I'm so grateful, by the grace of God, that they both fell in love with the same house. And so my Mr. Analytical, he was able to make a decision. So I was super grateful because I know his wife was, getting a little irritated, but they fell in love with the same house. So I'm excited.
I love that. Out of curiosity mode, do you know the DISC test, and have you ever taken it? And if you have, what is your DISC?
I have taken it in the past, and I was like a combination of a high D and I think maybe and something else. I don't know. I feel like I'm a mix. I feel like whenever I take that, it's always changing, but a high D has always been consistent whenever I've taken it. So yeah, because I'm more so of a lister. I thrive with listings, and sometimes buyers can drain me. Like I find myself like, oh, but just coming up with systems to help my buyers who aren't as decisive. I think I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to keep this for all of my clients and see how that helps them.
You should share it with us
I-
too.
Yes, yes, I
I-
can.
I love that. I love that you had to like, speak their language, like you said. I absolutely adore that. I had a high C also buyer, and I remember the first time I ran across it, I'm like, well, read through the contract, highlight whatever you don't know, and we'll sit down and we'll talk about it. And he had like, I don't know, almost every page highlighted, and it took 3 times as long as I thought it would.
Yes.
And at the end, he told me, and inside I was exhausted. But at the end, he told me, he said, I have never had anyone answer all my questions. And I was like, well, here we go, And yeah,
yeah.
and it's so cool to be able to help somebody the way they want to be helped.
Yes, yes.
Yep. Cool
love
beans. Love it. All right, Liz, what you got for good news? I can see your mic.
I certified with Home Partners of America. Love this program. Been talking to people about this program and am working on continuing to introduce people to the program and getting people interested. And I met with the team member that I brought on some time ago. She's had a little, challenge kind of hooking in here. So we met yesterday and we got her connected. I thought she'd be on the call this morning, but she's not here, but I'm still going to get her. Still going to get her to come out and join us. And I am happy to see Laura and Mo on, and glad to hear that they did their script calling this morning. And my hairdresser actually texted me because she had, when I had seen her, my whole thing was to kind of introduce her to this Home Partners of America thing before I got certified. But anyway, long story short, she had already signed on to a new lease and she went into an issue with her new place. So she was texting me and pinging me last night about what can I do. I didn't know anything about what was going on, if she had working with somebody or not. She wasn't. I'm helping her find a resolution, and it could turn into a resolution whereby she may be able to get out of the lease in 30 days and try something else. So I'm going to help her explore her options.
Nice. Very cool. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Bree, I don't think we've heard from you yet. What you got?
So I
You're muted. Well, you're frozen.
am being asked to run vice president of the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. Oh, am I frozen?
No, you're good still.
Breaking.
Yeah, you're being asked to run as president for the National Association, the NAHR. Is that the one?
NAREB.
Okay.
And in 2024, that would mean I'm the president.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow. Are you considering it?
I'm doing it.
Yes.
It just opens up a lot of doors, and the mayor generally taps one of us to be on the Affordable Housing Committee.
Oh, that'd be amazing. That'd be absolutely amazing. Cool beans. Oh, Mo, thank you for sharing down in the chat box. Mo's got her spreadsheet down in there. So, all right, cool beans. Let me see. My good news. I'm in Savannah. My husband's behind me. He's heading out the door here in a minute. He's actually going to be filming on Pawn. That's his blurry self back there, on Pawn Stars for a piece. And so hoping that they pick that to air. We think they will. And when we do, we will let all y'all know, because I'm excited about this. So it's cool beans.
awesome.
Yep. All right. Who's got challenges? What do you guys got?
Wait a minute. Did we get Laura, or was that she did her?
You did cold calling.
Okay, cold calling. All right.
Thank you. All right. So challenges. What do we guys got? Who's got challenges?
I always have challenges, but not anything drastic.
What do you got?
I got so many, I can't even think.
Hey, Kathy,
Yeah.
I owe you a call. I couldn't text all the information about the property. I'm the worst texter.
I figured we'd catch up sooner or later. I wasn't stressed.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, oh, I can't. I started texting and I was like, oh. So anyway, sorry.
Oh, no,
I
no
know-
problem. Thank you.
I know that Kathy, that you're up against one where, can I share your challenge?
If you want.
Okay,
Oh,
I know that Kathy's up against one where, we're so used to coming out of a time where if you put a listing on the market, it really didn't matter what you priced it, it just sold. And now we're entering into a time when we have days on market. And so Kathy, do you want to share a little bit kind of what you were feeling about yours that you've got on there?
Well, I'm just frustrated, and I'm frustrated for my clients more than me. I'm, because that's me. But I really don't want to hold this cat. Frustration too. Anyway, I don't know how many days on market it is. It's not that many. It's less than 30. We've gone through 2 price changes. The first one was just about at 2 weeks. And then we just changed again. We've started the listing at 465, which fits right in. The drop was at 455 and it still fits right in. We've dropped it to 4099, which is a huge drop. And I still am not getting the response that I want. I've gotten a few texts from different realtors that I used to work with that say, congratulations on the listing, that kind of thing. But I've only had 1 real showing, 1 drop in on an open house, and 1 that really probably doesn't qualify, and I took them through anyway. So it's bothering me. And I know that the days on market are getting longer, and it's not that I expect an offer. And I've told my clients the same thing that you just introduced this topic with, that the market's shifted and we haven't. Our mindset hasn't shifted, but the market has and is, and we got to be ahead of it. I've told them all of that. That's why we jumped as far as it is. And yet expect, bless you, to have response. I expect to have something more than I'm getting, and it's bothering me.
If the price reduction isn't doing it in terms of attracting people out there, where else would you be marketing to or talking to get eyes on it?
The only thing I can think of is to do more paid advertising and do property boosts. That's the only thing I can think of.
Do we know who typically buys in that neighborhood?
It's a variety of people.
Okay.
It's not, the neighborhood is mixed. It's not, just a certain class or anything like that. It is an HOA, so I know that holds back a little bit. I also know the fact that bless you, they're working at home. Also can be a problem because you can't just pop in. You've got to schedule the time.
Who are your industries? What are your
Um,
major industries?
I'm about half hour from Charlottesville. So that's UVA and the other hospitals and the college. It's probably about 40 minutes across the mountain to go to James Madison University and that whole side. We've got commuters that go up to DC in that way. Technically it's about 2.5 hours. NGIG of the National Ground Intelligence Center, Emerson. There's another military-based kind of thing that I don't know what it is back there, another one of those secret things.
Have you gone to those HR departments or those housing programs, or those, even if you were putting stuff up on bulletin boards to let people know that this property is available at those places, economic development agencies who might be bringing people down to the area because the business is moving from one place to another?
No, I haven't done any of that. I
And
know.
the Chamber of Commerce should have a relocation,
Exactly.
and then the hospitals, the schools, they're HR people for professors that come in and businesses that come in.
I mean, we're still looking for teachers here up in Northern Virginia, so we are still constantly reaching out, trying to find teachers to come into this area. You would probably, it wouldn't hurt
School
you,
board.
maybe go to the school board
Right.
and just let them know you've got this property available, because people will come looking for housing and they won't always know where
Right.
it's going if they know where your proximity is, especially to UVA and things of that nature, the hospitals in particular. Like I said, Economic Development Agency, and Brianna hit the last one I was gonna say, which is the
chamber. Yeah.
What kind of feedback are you getting from the showings?
Everybody loves it. Yeah, I'm not getting
Everybody
any,
loves it.
pardon?
Is that a legit, everybody loves it, or they're just faking you out to be nice to you?
Well, you never know really 100%, but the only thing that I got that I could tell was, the person that dropped in on the open house really wanted it to be a farm. They wanted to have all kinds of animals instead of being able to just have chickens. It's 2 acres. I mean, it wouldn't be a huge farm anyway, no matter what. So I didn't really count that. I thought that was just,
Are you still in touch with that person,
he,
that buyer? Because there is this Bree Arthur, and she's a horticulturist and gardener, and she does a lot of urban farming, and she moved into an HOA many years ago and she wrote a book about it. And she figured out a way to create a food garden. Literally, it looks like a garden, but it's really a farm.
well, you
In an
can
HOA.
you could do that and there wouldn't even be an issue. But they're
HOAs. You can't bring in a cow.
yeah, they wanted
Oh, they want
other
animals.
livestock, I think.
Kathy, the person who looked at it before, did they look at it before the price was dropped?
Yeah,
Have
but
you been able to contact them back and say, hey, we're here?
I did not, because they didn't show that much interest. I did contact the realtor that showed the house. I didn't contact the one that was a drop-in. The drop-in, they really sounded like they were out for a Sunday afternoon just looking around. And that's the one that wanted it to be a farm.
Gotcha.
So I didn't reach back out to them. I did reach out to the realtor, and the price drop had happened when I showed it to the other people.
Okay, and then what's going on in the area? Like, what's the norm for days on market and norm for that price point?
It's switching too, but I know I haven't hit that. So I need to just behave, and at the end of the month when they move out, then really try to reach out, because then it'll be open for anybody to come see it when they need to see it. Trying to schedule around people sometimes is hard.
Yeah,
And-
there is that.
And they need a couple of hours because, and even with a couple of hours, then there's a chance that the husband will still be working when they come see
Right.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
Another thing that comes to mind in a slow market with all my listings, whenever anybody like Tom, I don't know, Smith's house. And if anyone ever came and looked at Tom Smith's house, they went into my phone, agent, random buyer, anybody, as Tom's house, Joe, Tom's house, Fred, Tom's house, Mark, Tom's house, Sue. And then every single time we had a price adjustment, it made it super easy to go back into my phone and grab all the Tom's house people. And then I could get the message back out really quickly to the Tom's house people. So it's part of why I have like 5,000 people or 8, I don't know, who knows how many people I have on my phone, is because I still every once in a while find one and clean out Tom's house Fred, because I don't need Tom's house Fred. It's been 10 years, a whole entire country away. But it's just a system to make it easy as you're doing price adjustments and houses stay on the market longer,
Okay.
to be able to reach back out.
I do have it all out on Braden's site that he set up for me with reduced pricing. So I know it's hitting out there because it's still, even though it's
Oh.
my listing, it's still going out there.
What about using, thank you for that idea. What about using the where money walks? Or how many walks? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
What about using that site that we have that shows where money's moving in and out of the country, county by county? And then with that information, you can tell the 5 counties coming into your area, which means you could get with Braden and you could say, hey, look, I need this listing in those markets. In those 5
Okay.
markets. So let's say Chicago's one of them, then it's, hey, you know, live in the, and get your own, get your, you know, your private 2 acres in Virginia, da 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 da. Garden sanctuary or whatever it is you've titled, you know, whatever marketing that fits with that house.
right. Right. So that's kind of where I'm at. I think part of it, like I said, is me. Part of it's me being frustrated that not necessarily that I've got the offer, like I said, but that I'm not even getting the traffic. That bothers me.
Do you guys have, this is really a question back out there because it's been so long since I've been in the industry on the streets, basically. Do you guys have website analytic traffic sites that you hook your listing up to and it will tell you this many people visited online every single week? Is that something out there that maybe, I don't know, KV Core has, or a different platform that you guys know about does? Does anyone know what I'm talking about?
I
Google
think so.
Analytics.
Google and Analytics, and then what else?
Analytics.
Okay, what else is there? The reason why I'm asking is because, so I would get really, it's hard when a property doesn't sell for 9 months. And you know you're competitively priced, and it's just the days on market in your area, in my area, happen to be between 9 months and a year, depending on where you were. That's just what it took. And it was hard. And one of the things that I had was I had hooked up with a company, and I don't think it cost like $9 a month or something. It was dirt cheap. It wasn't expensive because I ran really lean and mean. But every single week they came out with this really gorgeous report that said, you know, here's where your online traffic was. And it looked like the report looked like it was coming from me. It went straight to the clients. And I used that as one of my Monday, my rule was when you listed with me is every single Monday, I contacted you and told you this is what's going on with your property. And I did that on purpose because the number one complaint about a listing agent is they stuck a sign in my yard and never heard from them again. And you hear it all the time. So I was like, that is never going to happen with one of my clients. And I told people, like, you can call me anytime you want to, but you're always going to hear from me on Monday anyway, no matter what. And so they pretty much left me alone over the weekends too, which is really what I wanted out of that. So on Monday, this report came from me and I would look at it also. So even if nothing else was going on with your property, I could say, look, we know we're priced in the right general area because look, you know, our internet traffic is still really good. So does that make sense?
It does. And my client watches Zillow. And so she's seeing numbers and,
Cool.
you know, so she's seeing that even without me doing anything.
In Maris, in St. Louis, I'm sorry, Kathy.
No,
In
go ahead.
Maris, we have something called hit counters within the system, and you can see how many people, you know, liked, favorited, or saw the listing within your portal. You should, like, that should be across the board.
You're talking about in our MLS, right?
Yeah, in the MLS, you can see how many views, agent views, how many people discarded it. And then, you know, it gives you that opportunity for reverse prospecting. Let's say at least, you know, 5 people said it was their favorite, but 20 people said it was a possibility. And it should give you like an ID number for you to reach back out to those agents and let them know. Does that,
I
do
don't
they have
think
that?
ours has that. What we have is useless.
What system do you have running your MLS? Do you know? Like Paragon, Stellar, Mo?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were talking to me.
Yeah,
I'm
it's okay.
sorry.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, what system? And because there's only just a handful of systems across the whole US, or I don't know, 10 or something.
Okay. And you're asking which system is inside ours?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's the operating system underneath your system? Because that brings up a really good point for Mo. So do you know that out of curiosity?
No, I don't. And now I'm curious. I don't know where to find that info, but I'll try and figure
Okay,
out. Oh,
so here's-
RE Techno? I don't.
When you log in,
I log into marismls.com and then
Right.
Matrix is
Matrix.
Matrix. Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
Kathy, are you on Matrix?
I'm
Good
on
job,
Paragon.
Bo.
I'm
You're
on Paragon.
Okay.
So,
Have you
Okay.
guys, so this brings up a really good point. The MLS is your friend in a huge way.
Yeah.
I highly encourage you to go into the MLS and go to the report section specifically and see what's in there. And one thing that's just kind of the way to get, there's different ways to get familiar. What I did was I just went in and I just ran, like I picked a neighborhood and I ran every single report there was. And then when it came out, I titled what they said, because it didn't print on there that, this was report A or whatever. And I titled all of it. And then I just spread them all out and looked at them. And I learned what my MLS would do. And the reverse prospecting was something that I didn't even know existed before I dug into that.
Mhm.
And yeah, and what Mo's saying is basically you go through and find the people that said that they thought it was interesting. And if you ever have a price adjustment or anything else, or you update the kitchen or whatever, you can push it back out to everybody. So it just gives you another cool tool. Or if you have another house that you list that's very similar to that house, like you list in the same neighborhood, you could grab those people, you've got the information, you can push it out to that also. But I highly encourage you to get into your MLS and look at what the days on market is, look at what's gone pending, and look at what's selling in that neighborhood and see if it's all updated kitchens or if it's, whatever it is. Like certain neighborhoods have certain things that go in that neighborhood. Look at the marketing for who's done the shortest days on market. Look and see, are their pictures all professionally photographer? Is it are the marketing remarks really good? Is it massive curb appeal for that front picture? Just start looking at what the patterns are and what's going on in your neighborhood.
Yeah, I've been working on part of that.
I agree with
do
you,
you have
Gina.
videos?
I'm sorry.
What? Do you have videos of the property?
They're linked to the listing.
And you have a YouTube channel to it?
No, I don't have YouTube, but
Yeah, so do
but
that. And
Pedro, you're more than welcome to do me a video.
sure, fly me down to Virginia and I'll love to do it.
Gina,
No, it's just because then you could have, in conjunction with what Gina said earlier about targeting markets, then they have a video and you have traction in YouTube.
Yeah, well,
so-
I'm not there at YouTube. We can forget that one. I'll tell you that right now. I would not do the property any justice at this point in time to do that.
how
It'll
many
probably
photos?
be listed before I get it together.
How many photos do you have online?
Enough.
More than a
find-
dozen?
Yeah.
This is how I do it. I'm not going to tell you it's the way to do it or not to do it. Of course, it
That's
works
fine,
best.
sunshine. Get it out there.
It works best for me in the beginning. The first thing is I always underprice 10, 15%. But
We're underpriced right now.
the other thing that I do is I put one photo, just front of the house. No one knows what the inside looks like. They can't disqualify the property. I give a simple explanation and that's it. And I usually get tons of showings in the beginning. Now this is in the beginning, not after something's set for a little bit. And that one photo, because people will come out and say, oh, well, how come you didn't put more photos? We didn't have time. But that gets a lot of people in to come look at the house because they can't see it. On the other hand, I've put 30 and 40 on and it's disqualified people, and I'll call the agents and they'll say, oh, well, they didn't like this room or that room. Just the way I do it.
All right. Well,
So-
it might
I do-
help for the next one.
I like
And
that.
I do agree with you, Gina, about the reports and all. And on Stellar, you can set them up where they're automatic because I have them come to me on 3 different zip codes every day. But there's nothing better than driving the neighborhood. One day a week, I'm on the road for 6 to 8 hours, driving the neighborhood, going and knocking on doors and looking at the houses. and those zip codes that I deal with, I get a lot more information of the neighborhoods than I do just off the reports.
There is some magic to driving. There really is. Michael, it's interesting you don't use pictures. I did that for my print. My print was one picture only, and that was it. Print was utilized a lot more 10 years ago than it is, now. So it's interesting that you do that online. It's always done the exact opposite. It's interesting. All right, and then Kathy, to close up with, what was the last thing I mentioned that would be really good to go do if a listing's making you crazy?
Get another listing.
Yes. Truly, I'm a strong believer in this. If you've got one piece of business that's making you crazy because of the client or whatever, just for whatever reason, go get another piece of business. And if they're making you crazy too, go get 2 more. And you'll have 4 pieces of business that make you crazy.
Yes.
Yep. And
Nothing like living on the edge of your mind.
And that's why real estate usually only goes 30 days, thank God, so that you only get, really, really crazy for a short period of time. But it's true though, in that if you have one listing, it's 100% of your brain space. And the best way to go deal with, like if you have one horrible client that really makes you crazy, go get 2 more clients. Because then that one client only takes up a 30-year brain space anymore. And it's much more manageable. And if you lose it, if you only have one deal and it falls apart and you lose it, you lost 100% of your business. But if you have 10 deals and you lose one, you lost 10% of your business. It's not fun, but it's not catastrophic, So.
All right.
I have a question. Who's doing the marketing with Facebook with the guy on the Badger?
Braden Kinder.
Anybody using him and doing marketing? How's it going?
Not great.
I know Tony
You're
I
muted.
know is doing it.
You're
have you
muted.
used them, Kathy?
Brianna?
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, so I was using it and then stopped because I had budgeting. And I stopped maybe a month and a half ago and I'm still getting residual.
And have you closed any of them that come through there?
No,
That's a no.
I have not. No, and well, one I was about to, but they couldn't sell because the sister, they couldn't sell. Like they couldn't. Like the
Why have you not?
The property was tied up with other properties, so they'd have to sell the whole block.
All right, so why do you think you haven't gotten better leads that have closed?
They're pre-qualified. We just have to find them. So that was on the list side. On the buy side, I've got them under rep. But we've gotten them pre-approved, some of them pre-approved. We just haven't, the market is so tight here and they're very specific on the neighborhood. So we're having to wait for that neighborhood to open up.
So you're only getting buyers?
These 4 that I have under rep are buyers, but I get buyers and sellers.
When I had my consultation with him, he said that he got better results on the buy side than he did on the list side with marketing. And that was one of the reasons why I didn't move forward, was because I just told you guys that I feel like buyers are a little more draining for me. I find my strengths is more on the list side. So I just kind of, and a lot of times on Facebook, those leads, they are like in the very beginning stages, like they're more so long-term nurtures. Those looky-loos.
I agree with you, Mo, as far as going after the listing side of it. Is if I'm going to spend money, I spent money on the listing side of it because my buyers will fall out of the sky anyway. And like you, I just do better with listings. I really do.
Well, Michael, I want to say another person that you might want to reach out to is, I think Lisa Sears used them. So she might have some more insight in terms of the success or, what she's been encountering over there.
Yeah, it's worked really well for her too on the West Coast. And the area that she lives in is a very unique, sort of rural, very rural actually, area. I mean, she's got all the amenities, but it's far from airports and big cities and all that kind of stuff. Far, like 5 hours driving far.
Yeah.
It's out there. Yeah, it's way out in the mountains in Oregon, between Oregon and California. but it's worked really well for her. She had to tweak it a few times to get the message out, but again, it's worked really well for her. So, all right, y'all.
Is she
Yep.
I just have one
she's
last.
doing listings or buyers?
I don't know. I know that she specializes in marijuana plantations and things like that. I don't know.
Ooh.
So I don't know if that's what he's tweaked it out for her going out there, but I know that that really is kind of, it's big chunks of land that she deals with mostly.
A lot of rich dope heads.
It's the mountains between Oregon and California.
Can I say?
Hilarious.
I got family in Kentucky.
Yeah. All right. So someone, yes.
Just a quick question, just curious, is anyone going to Jay Connor's event, the private lending? Gary did a Monday Night Live on it, probably
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. A couple of weeks ago.
end of October. Is anyone, I'm just curious if anyone's,
I'm not going to be in it only because I'm leaving on the 27th next week because my darling daughter-in-law is expecting her first baby that they told her she could never have, and we don't know. So I'm going to stay up. I'll be up in Washington State for about 5-6 weeks.
okay.
When is it? Where is it?
I think it's October 26th and it's like a 3-day event, October 26th. I believe he offered it to the team for free.
He did. Was
Oh.
it Dallas? Where was it?
I'm gonna
Or
try to look it
Vegas?
up if I can find it really quickly right now, because I was just looking at it again this morning. I'm like, I really need to make a decision.
For free?
For the team. Oh, Mo, it's a really good deal. Go back and watch the Monday Night Live on private lending. Have you watched that one?
No, I
So
haven't.
it's
Okay.
Jay
I
Connor's
highly
private-
encourage you to
Yeah.
watch that one. It was amazing. It's not hard money. It's
Okay.
private money. It's how to raise it and raise it really, really quickly. It's what this guy does. And then he's got a book that he offered for free to everybody on the team.
Wow.
And this event, which is like Liz said, like a 3-dayer.
3 days, October 20, hold on here. October 26th through the 28th.
Mm,
Hit register here just so I can see where it is. I want to say it's North Carolina.
Ooh.
mm, I think
It
I'm out of
is.
town.
It's right on the ocean.
Is it
Oh,
Wilmington?
that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Is it
It's on the
Wilmington?
ocean, Outer Banks area. Hang on. Oh gosh, what is the name of that place has the golfing and everything up there?
Um,
Flipping right here, basically. It's like,
gosh.
you know, it's up on my note.
oh my gosh. Why is it slipping from my head?
Myrtle Beach. Isn't it Myrtle Beach? Up above,
Myrtle Beach
or
is
no?
North Carolina.
No,
not-
it's
Okay, he's up there. He's in Outer Banks area. It's very nice up there. If you've not been to Outer Banks, I highly encourage it.
The name.
Gary's stomping grounds also. It's just gorgeous, gorgeous. It's not Nake's Head. It's not Duck. I can't remember, and it's not.
Is it Corolla?
No, Corolla's where the ponies are. I
I'm
don't think it's
looking
there.
for it now.
Okay. Anyway, Outer Banks has wild ponies. It's pirate land. I mean, that's where all the pirates that's crash their boats basically, and fireflies and tons of porpoise. And it's not like Jersey Shore or that kind of beach. It's more secluded beach. There's not a whole ton out to do out there. It's very pretty. It's very nature. So highly encourage.
I'm considering, knowing if anyone else is going. Okay.
I'm going to that. There is an event in December in Dallas that I think I'm going to be going to. I'll find more deets on that. It's a Honey Badgers event. I'm pretty sure I'm going to try. I think I'm going to hit that one. Will be my next one because I won't be in Vegas for the not shareholders. Is it build? I will not be hitting that one because the timing's right was the baby's going to be born.
Yeah, I won't make EXP either, but I'd be interested in the Dallas one if you're gonna go.
As soon as I get the details on it again, I'll let y'all know because I'm pretty sure we've got a wedding in Dallas on the 5th anyway, and I think this is the 9th, and so that works out really well.
Excellent. Okay,
Yep.
just put it out there. Thanks all.
All right, y'all. Have a really, really good day. And as soon as I know what Greg's air date, if they are going to air it, and I'm pretty sure they are, I will let you all know. But
Yes.
Hi,
enjoy-
everyone.
Enjoy the area, Gina. I honeymooned in Savannah. It's beautiful down there. Bye.
Bye.